It is a Friday, which means it's another edition of Woodbine Racing Live, but something different to my right. It's usually Elisa. She'll be back with us tomorrow, but it is track announcer Robert Geller, who has had another fantastic meet and is still very depressed about the Blue Jays' loss. So I'm here to brighten up your spirits, my friends.
Yes. Firstly, it was the Mariners, then it was the Blue Jays, and then it was the Dodgers.
And then it's the Jets, who trade their best player to my team. So I'm very happy about that.
No,
so
thank you. That's a gift. That's a very good player there.
Kind of a dreary day today, and it's going to be that way, I think, all weekend long. I don't know if we're going to be on the turf or not, but I know that you are not a big fan of the S word, but they're calling for very tiny amounts.
Please be tiny. I haven't acclimated to handling. I like to look at the snow, but not to manage the snow.
How's it calling when it's snowing? Is it tricky?
Yeah. You know, there's a part of a race call where it can actually, it depends on the chill, but it can actually take the air out of it. And you're left with it nothing. As
opposed to a gnat or pineapple juice?
That's it. Yeah, we're gonna list them in order. Snow's on the higher part of the end of the list.
How excited are you for tomorrow's program? We have 3 big stake races on the program. We're going to see the last local start according to Ron Gearkink of the Racing Forum for Caitlin Her Greatness. You've got Paramount Prince going in the starting gate as well. You've got some big names on the card.
I think it's fantastic. I really do, Jeff. I think this is one of the real tributes to the race office. I do think stakes races are terrific here, and especially as we get to the end of the meet, to have capacity fields with shippers who are in form and our star horses. My gosh, this is a handicapping challenge. But it saddens me when you say Caitlin Her Greatness's last race.
It does,
really
to me too. But she's going to make a great mom down the line.
Sure.
And she's so nicely bred too. Now, last night, we'll do a little bit of a recap for you. Last night, we had 7 races in total. Not a great day for the favorites, but I think the storyline was how slow the track was.
Absolutely.
I mean, the only thing slower is weight loss. I'm looking at these fractions, and I couldn't believe how slow they were going, and yet it's not like it was all closers and the speed horses tired out. You had El Shamas that was able to Misty Eye that was able to go pretty good on the front end too. But the one thing that was consistent was the rail was good yet again on yesterday's program. That's one race that you were calling where the horse was stuck right on the inside.
Yes, up the rail with Deshawn.
Yeah, so but we'll see if maybe the rain is going to tighten things up a little bit because certainly that track is very, very slow. Now, we did have some slow horses on the card too, but I have never seen times like a 54-second half.
Exactly. Yeah, because when you're looking at the action of the riders, and you can really tell when a horse is being pushed. And into that second race, they were being pushed. They were going to that second half, and I was about to think it's going to be about a 47.5 mile. When it came up 49, oh, that says a lot. It's the track. And then later on, when you get a 54, and no, I've never seen that. Still, I'm baffled by, how these things manifest with climate, but we don't know what to expect today because if there's been rain, does it tighten up? Does it become fast?
And that's the problem this time of the year is when it gets cold like this. And the big thing is safety. As long as it's safe, that's all that matters. Time only matters when you go to jail. So, and we do have a safe racing surface right now, which is great.
Absolutely.
So, race number 1 will get underway in about 49 minutes from now. Again, we're not sure about the turf races coming up on Saturday and on Sunday. We will let you know as soon as we find out. Let's do some handicapping in here. A lot of people are very, angry is not the right word, disappointed when your picks are not on the website. So you're going to have some very happy fans today.
Well, they'd be relieved if they realized that we've had some pretty lucky escapes by not putting them up. So I'm not sure how we'll fare today, but I appreciate anyone who follows, but you know how racing goes.
Yes. You're a music fan. Are you a fan of I Shot the Sheriff, but I Did Not
I
Shoot
love
the
that
Deputy?
song. I love that song. I really like that song.
I shot the sheriff.
It's a good one.
We got Sheriff Ali in here. Now, Sheriff Ali's kind of been a bit of a roller coaster ride of a horse. Was really good to start off the season. Then kind of tailed off a little bit, but boy, in those last 3 races has been absolutely fantastic. And we'll take a look at the more recent races back on October the 13th. Lost to another horse that's been great this year, and this dude's a breeze. And I just wonder if this dude's a breeze maybe got the jump on this horse, but right now we are last in here. But John Coriat has got this guy in fine form.
Really has. I mean, had back class from the Marquesi barn, and it was a slow tempo, so to run second closing into this race was a very good second. I think Grand Soiree is interesting, got held up in the yellow silks there. Needed the run. I think there's a danger at a bit of a price. But to me, Sheriff Ali, was closing on the winner eventually, but I really liked this effort because Sheriff Ali, once seeing daylight, as we see now, comes with the run from 5th, gets up for a very good closing effort after a win previously. So he's in the zone right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is not an easy race. You do have some big names in here that are horses in good form. King Elvis, Mr. Holden's, the Swan Lakes, CC's Kingdom coming off a win. It's not like you have a bunch of struggling horses in this field. You have some really sharp horses right now.
Yeah, it's a good betting race. It really is.
So you're going towards the 4 as well. You're going to go 4-3. So you've got Grand Soiree off that treble trip.
Yes.
Okay. And then you've got the 8 Swan. Swan Lake's kind of due for a win. Has been a heart-knocking horse all season long.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give a bit of a nod here to Mr. Holden as well. CC's Kingdom, I was a little bit disappointed. I kind of jumped off the bandwagon a little bit too early with that one.
I remember hearing that on the show.
I know. Story of my life.
Such a price.
Yeah, I know. Let's take a look at the photo here. We've got 2 sheriffs in this photo.
We do?
We do. We've got Sheriff Geller and Sheriff Ali.
Yeah, wow. One's packing, one's not.
Well, Sheriff Ali has got a very bright eye. That's a beautiful picture. Very happy looking horse right now, which is great to see.
Sheriff Ali's a sweet horse.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
How big is the catalog right now when it comes to horse photos?
Well, it's growing to the point where I can't keep up. I have requests coming in, which is really great. I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? Robert is not the most tech savvy of individuals.
That's really the understatement.
So the fact that you're doing this and you have like a database now, I am like super proud of you.
Oh, well, whether it lasts is another thing, because being able to put that onto digital disc, is it? I have no idea.
You're doing a good job.
But it is fun. I mean, these horses are so sweet.
Our goal for next year, I don't know if you're doing a calendar this year or not, but our goal for next year is to have a 365-day calendar with 365 different horses for every day.
Impossible.
Are you a fan of puzzles at all, Robert?
Oh, yeah, I love puzzles. You know, I love Wordle, remember? We did our little Wordle.
That's right.
My streak was broken, but I'm on to 45 today.
Do you still play that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah? Okay,
I had 100 and... I think it was 200 and something, and then I forgot.
Wow.
Shocking.
And now one thing I know that you love are full fields, and we got one here.
Well, I do, but this one's such a hard one to handicap.
It is, and everybody's kind of got the right idea here, dropping in for $5,000. Now, Dissectologist, I don't want to take anything away from this horse, but I thought got an absolute dream run last time out. And you were kind of, your race call was...
I was like, it's a matter of time.
Yeah, Rafi's got the horse in a perfect spot.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if Rafi's going to be able to duplicate that type of trip today or not.
I mean, the only positive about that is when a horse gets a little confidence from a dream trip, that can be a boost. Doesn't necessarily have to always have a dream trip, but that sure was. I find this race a nightmare. Total nightmare.
So where'd you go?
Okay, this is a ridiculous selection, but I want to make a ridiculous selection because a horse called Hardware Gap won for me a few years ago at an enormous price, and I don't actually mind the 40 reform line until that last run, but I think with Leo Sellers back on, I just have a feeling that there's going to be a huge bomb in this race, and I'm going to take a shot.
So we used to call him Long Shot Leo. Has that distinction now changed to Keve? Is he kind of now our long shot guy?
Keve's the ROI guy. You know, I sort of feel like he brings home the return on investment regularly.
Yeah.
Leo brings the long shots. I mean, everyone's got their niche, but I think Keve has a really terrific chance with Exchange Day too.
You know what I didn't realize, and I actually talked about this with him the other day. He's won 33 races this year, Kevin. That is a really good year for him.
Very successful rider.
Yeah,
I find he puts horses in the finish in a terrific, he's so good in a finish. Very, very talented rider.
Well, I'm going towards Big Baby Henry, but my feeling is I might be a race late because the horse ran so well last time out.
Was it a good run?
Now
I see with Keve.
Way on the outside. Yeah, but now he's elsewhere. But I'm okay getting zero as Keve is going to go towards Exchange Day. And it's kind of been interesting. Obviously, it's a huge loss for us not having Sahin on a consistent basis, but it's been somewhat interesting to see who has made up for those rides in the Drexler barn. Like Keve's making his way in. Slade Jones is making his way into that outfit now. Fraser Abley's riding more for that outfit too. So.
And Eswan has had a
Eswan, yeah, absolutely there. So that's a tough way to start off.
A lot of riders have had a good, it's been a good meet for a number of riders who've been sitting in the middle of the pack to get a bit of a momentum this year.
Yeah. Okay, who has been the winningest horse of the season so far? Maximum 50, correct?
Yeah, maximum 50.
So I did laugh. I don't know if you saw it the other day too. They had the sibling named Minimum 40.
I like it.
On the also eligible list.
Oh, that's
I thought that was kind of a cool name. So we're going to see that one coming up in the not too distant future. But anyways, for the fifth, we're going to go 3/4 of a mile in here. And speaking of winning, Super Success, who always looks like $1 million, is at 5-2 on the line. You have some classy horses, though. You got Priceless Will, Last American Exit, Super Dormy. I mean, look at the bankrolls with all these horses. $500,000, 400, 400,000. I mean, this is a really good field of horses.
It really is, and I think back class might be the key. I always feel that the performances of Last American Exit are commendable. A little down last start, but took on a bit of a pace scenario. But I did think that if there's been a bit of a break, just enough to be fresh, and I'm going to go back to Last American Exit.
Same. What is your favorite American Exit when you're driving down the multiple highways that you've been on?
Oh, gosh.
Is there one in Seattle that you like?
I have to say, if you are going through the, what's that pass that goes to Oregon? Oh, gosh. Well, all I can say is when you get into certain parts of the states and you cross borders into different states, you can sometimes have the most spectacular views. And when I went into Montana and when I came out of Washington into Oregon, and there are definitely, if you take the right route, some amazing scenic views.
That was the one time I've been to Portland, I was surprised at how much nature there was there.
Oregon is an amazingly beautiful state.
It is crazy.
Amazing.
If you ever get a chance, it blew me away.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
gorgeous.
Couldn't believe it. But I'm with you on Last American Exit in here. I think if Super Dormy's ready, could be dangerous in here.
Okay.
And you can never discount Super Success the way that one's going. You know, Priceless Will hasn't won yet this year, but is due.
You know, he had that pattern for so long.
I know.
And then suddenly, on a wind tear, and now he's maybe gone back to that.
Friends. That's the next topic that we're going to focus on. We are friends. Robert and I. We are very good friends. And we're going to focus in on friends now here for our next subject as we get to race number 6. And I think what we're kind of speaking of in here is Society's Cats, who gets to face the right group of friends, hopefully for her. She's been in this non-winners of one condition for a long, long time. But I want to ask you, first of all, before we talk about that one, what is Verdeo's running style these days? Because remember Verdeo would always go to the back and make one big run. And now Donnie's kind of got a little bit more speed into her, but she too hasn't won yet this year.
I know, that's it. Yeah, and how much speed will there be in this race? But that's a positive, I think, to be able to stay in touch and not drop out at the end. So there's some strength in this horse, and gosh, you know, it's almost like everything has to go right for Verdeo.
I know, which is scary because it rarely does go right, you know, in life. Where'd you go? Did you go towards Verdeo or did you go somewhere else?
I actually went to Garnet and Gold.
Okay.
I feel that there has been a freshening up because this horse last ran back in August, and with the Anthony Adamo barn, I think has a horse that's very suited here.
Yeah.
Seems very effective, has had a good campaign. Running back to some of those earlier wins would put this horse right there. I feel like Society's Cat's almost the type of horse you'd want to put under hypnosis to tell them, get the workout of why this horse will not pass.
I know.
It absolutely has the race won, and all it has to do is just take that extra step and it'll just look.
Yeah.
It just is so annoying when you're a race caller, a trainer, a jockey, I'm sure, but there's something mentally that if you get over that hump, could win.
Yep. She's been that way her entire career. She's only won 10% of her races. Now, she's really happy Maximum 50's not in this field because she's had a duel with that one a bunch of different times.
That's a story, too, isn't it?
I was just looking at the name Juan Crawford. You know what I was super proud of the other day was Dark Screen.
What a nice win.
What a gutsy effort from that horse. Good for Bev Chubb and good for Juan, too. That horse has turned out to be a lovely, lovely individual. So, going to be a nice horse next season as well. You know, that Heritage Series... Maybe it was a little bit too hard on those horses because it was such a restricted race, but look at what has come out of that series.
Yeah, they've been competitive.
Like
they've been really good.
Go-karts and horses like that, you know? Fashionably fad. So
and Little Teddy's one of my favorites.
So happy for Santino the other day when that horse was able to pull off the victory. Let's get to the 7th now on the day, and we're going to talk a little patience. I'm going to have patience in life. I am the most impatient person.
Really?
Oh, I'm terrible, Robert. Terrible. Especially around this time of the year, like when the Christmas tree went up, I would just stand in front of that tree and just look at those presents.
That's because your birthday's the next
is
day.
in there? Yeah, yeah, that's true. So, Symbol Courts. I would say the rail, we should just have it painted yellow, because it is the yellow brick road to victory, you know? And here we go with Symbol Court, and I got to give Fraser and Symbol Court some credit for this performance, because this is not one that had a great deal of room up the inside to pull off the victory on this particular occasion.
Yes.
It was really tight.
Yep.
And we're going to watch the one in here, and was sent off at even money. And right now, I think Fraser's saying, do I split or do I dive to the rail? And he dove, and it worked out, but it's really tight up there.
It sure is. Yeah. But it is certainly the golden rail in many ways. It really is.
Yeah, and does pull off the victory. Really Thirsty finishes in second. Van Du finishes in third. Snow goes off the claim. This, to me, is one of the stories. The Devon Gittins barn this year has just been what a breakthrough year for this outfit this year.
Yeah, no, they've done a lot.
And they've claimed this horse.
They're so active at the claiming box.
Very active.
So active.
And you know what? Like, not all the claims have worked out, but I would say a lot of them have.
Yeah, I think
both you and I going towards a Genius of Love. I love the ride Cheyenne gave this horse a couple of starts ago.
Actually, I went to the 2 Dynamics.
Oh, I'm looking at Ron's picks. Okay, my apologies.
No, but I put Genius of Love in there, but...
The Dynamic Strike, this horse could have visited you. The horse was so wide last time out.
And I did visit Dynamic Strike. But not this time. It was the time before. That's probably why. Oh, you're coming back.
Yeah,
no, back in the race.
Yeah, that horse was so wide. In fact, it's been wide in 2 of her last 3 starts, and that was in for that $10,000 price tag. And that's another one of the storylines for me this year. Fraser Abley, how good a year he's had, too. So
precision riding with Josie Carroll-Bone.
Done very, very
Really
well. So Robert going towards the 2. I'll take a shot with the number 6 near that being Genius of Love, and that is topic number 7. Let's talk a little high five, buddy. This is starting to get to some serious coinage.
Especially with the countdown to Christmas.
Yes,
right?
It is. We're going to go 6.5 furlongs in here, and we are now at $79,954.12. And we have a field of 10 for race number 8. Switzerland Jammin', which one do we get? The one that ran so well 2 starts ago, or the one that ran poorly last time out, finishing in the 5th place position? You have Dragoon in here, who's going to take some money. Run, Mateo, run. Does Robert see this race in his crystal ball formful, or do you think it's going to be an upsetter?
I think it's formful,
Okay.
and I'm hoping a little bit of the Cavey magic and a little bit of the Devon Gittins magic together with
Glides.
Dragon, or maybe not Switzerland Jammin'. I think will run well. I think it's, to me, those 2, I think if they run to their best.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I went 5-6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see that.
I mean, for value, we want value in terms of the jackpot high 5. I threw in the 9 commercial value because Jose Campos has really had a good meet.
Fantastic.
And he comes up with some long shot runs, and I always want to put him in as well. But I do think it is formful on paper, but yeah, you want some value to win the jackpot high 5.
I was saying this to Elisa the other day. I said, we're going to have, before the meet's done, 2 40 horses win and pay $100 before the meet.
That's what I'm hoping tonight. That's exactly my thinking.
It's going to happen before the meet wraps up.
I think so too.
Guarantee it. So maybe it'll happen that race, or maybe with one of your selections earlier on today.
I would like that.
Yeah.
But
It's just the way it goes this time of the year. You get some tired horses,
Absolutely.
you get some horses that wake up a little bit, love the colder temperatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's a look at what is the high 5 sequence there coming up in race number 8 of the day. We've got plays of the day. Now, are we going to show Elisa still, even though she's not here? Okay, we are. So we've got your About the Author photo for your selections. It should be on the back of a jacket of a book. There's Roberts.
Oh, Lord.
Roberts, during his spare time, likes to visit Quebec City. Big fan of Quebec City.
Yes, I am.
Are you going to go there this winter? You went there last winter.
Yes, I would like to go there. I think I might time it to maybe closer to the start of spring.
A little warmer.
It is the most beautiful city.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I love it.
So U.S. Army Corps, you think, is flying under the radar a little bit.
I do.
I see what you did there.
Yes. Yes, you got
I see
it.
the play on words there.
There's the offer. It's an offer.
Even with the government shutdown, it's still flying under the radar.
I like it. Yes. Let's continue on this theme and see where we end up in 2026.
Your backlash play is going to be Last American Exits, Garnet Gold. You touched on that one, and Dragoon. So yeah, all your horses we've touched on except for U.S. Army Corps. So why do you think this one's going to run well today?
Well, occasionally does run well at the mile and 16, and I think Dice K has a really good feel for this horse.
Yeah.
I did think was in very good form throughout the campaign. Last round maybe down, but we couldn't really penalize a horse on just the last round.
So Country Living for me, I just think has been aggressively spotted. Sheriff Ali is going to be my play of the day. For Deo, I think is my single. My value play is going to come up in race number 7, that being Genius of Love. What does Lisa have? Her standout comes up in race number 2, Good Sin. She likes Super Dormy off the freshest angle. She thinks Society's Cat has found the right group of friends. And her Raffi effect, which she likes to play, which is first time Raffi, is Switzerland Jammin'.
Right.
What about Ron, Doug, and Woodbine TV Prod? Last American Exit is to beat the favorite play. Garnet Gold is that. So you and Doug are on the same page, and Ron and I are on the same page there with Genius of Love coming up in race number 7 of the day. So let's look at our plays of the day. Let's take a bit of a breather. We're gonna have a view from the booth, but the guy in the booth is in the studio. We'll explain more on that when we come back after this commercial break as we look ahead to tomorrow's stakes action here from Woodbine.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Perfect day for horse racing.
This is the biggest race in the world. Pinch me, I think I'm dreaming.
And they're into the Tbred, two of the great racehorses in the world. Giant Killer, by name and by nature. A race for the ages.
Ignite World Racing presents Bahrain's Showpiece Horse Race. Catch it on Sportsnet 1.
Well, there's the guy who's usually on floor number 6, but is gracing us with his presence inside the Thoroughbred studio. And Robert and I are going to take a look at some stakes action coming up, the Maple Leaf Stakes. Oh, I just saw a sneak peek as
you saw a sneak preview, yes.
Now, the horse that you like is actually making a massive move up in class, and this is Sultana. Why do you think that Sultana might be an upset prospect?
Well, I'm going to frame it this way. I've decided to go for a long shot value pick.
Okay.
And then for a more formful, likely pick.
Okay.
But my value picks are my top picks. Why? Because Sultana's lightly raced, because there might be a little bit of speed pressure coming between Hurricane Claire and Blitz, and also because Kevin Attard's the trainer. I think this horse did come back to what I thought was a spectacular potential in that first lifetime start. If you time this horse's run, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these others are maybe just a bit jaded, but Sultana is the unknown prospect, and at 12-1 on the morning line, I think take a shot.
That'll be a nice little exacta if we can get that home. Sultana over 4 Flying, who has run well, just not quite good enough to pull off the victory. I am going to go towards Hurricane Claire. If I get pressured, I could be in deep water, but if she gets left alone, she might go a long way up front. So I know in that one's direction. Coming up in the Maple Leaf Stakes. The Best Arabian has oversubscribed. We got 16. Starting gate can't fill 16, so we'll have a couple of scratches. Now, if for some reason the 16 draws in, that might be the best horse in the race.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ellen J is really good horse. This is the final local start for Caitlin Her Greatness. And man, has Team Clement been well spotted here at Woodbine this season.
Yeah, I mean, such a loss with Christophe, but what a legacy he's left. Miguel is really, it's great to have his support here at the track, and I do think they do an excellent job at putting them in the right race.
Tricky Temper, is this named after me?
No, maybe named after me after getting on the 401. Jeremiah Englehart's horse impresses me in form. I like the workout, the bullet work, and I think that the run, well, it's pretty good at Presque Isle. Did win before that. I think Tricky Temper's in a good spot in terms of the gate. These horses are really in good form, a lot of them. So, I mean, you're going to get value no matter what. If I can get 12-1, there's my long shot value play. I thought Love Sever's win was full of precision here. Coming back to a second and then recent winner. I think there's something about this turn of foot that I like. That late kick is there. And any horse that's in the money, 7 of 8.
Yeah, no, she's nice. I'm going to go towards Lorraine here. Perfect ride last time up from Hernandez. Pull off the victory. I think he had other options as well. I'll go in that one's direction over Caitlin, her greatness. And we'll see if the streak can continue with that one. Now we're going to get to the autumn, because this is a race in which you've got Paramount Prince. I don't know what happened last time with Dresden Rowe. That was a very uncharacteristically poor race by him. He bounced back a little bit. And then you've got Swift Delivery, fantastic again. Like, there are some big names in this race. Now, Wyoming Bill's going to scratch because he is re-entered in a race coming up on Sunday in an easier spot. So we're going to be down to a field of at least 12. But you're going to go, in terms of your top pick in here, Cameo Performance. I like this, Robert. Okay, fill me in.
Well, I looked at the race that was the only time we've seen Cameo Performance was to Essex Serpent. I thought was going to win the Marine back in 2024. But I do think that it's a bit of a long shot play, but was a little unlucky in some ways at Kentucky Downs, where got into some traffic, came on well, and I think that last run was interesting at Keeneland, also came through traffic. I think if you line up that form of, I don't know how to say it, Lejinos?
Sure.
That's the one that you can look to Swift Delivery, got thrashed by.
Yeah.
So, you could argue that just if you take some of the commonality of the runners they've faced, there's a horse that represents a bit of value in terms of the price, and for the fact that Brandon Walsh does come and does surprise us a number of times. The question mark a lot of people will say is, this horse is majority on turf and has not raced much on dirt or on Tapeta. But this run on Tapeta that I saw here was good.
So how do I wager? What do you think?
I think Swift Delivery is the horse to beat, though, because I think you can put a line through that last turf run, and those two last wins here were absolutely sensational. Yep. Swift Delivery to me came right back to what the potential was. I think that Dresden Rowe's form has waned. I feel that Paramount Prince got a dream trip last start. There are angles in this race that will give you value. With Borealis Trail's form is great. You can go on, but I'll take a shot. My tie is not great. Kelly Regan, who's going to be watching, is not going to be very happy. He's our chart caller. Former stylist.
Yeah. This tie gives me a hard time, though, Kel, so cut me a break. So there's some value plays. I'm going to go towards the one in that spot in the autumn, and that is Swift Delivery, who I think we've kind of figured out really likes the synthetic.
Really likes the synthetic. So we need to get the Swifties back.
Gotta get the Swifties.
Even though they'll be the bane of my life. Classic Motown, I think, will like the distance.
Yeah,
I should mention that.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. Marty's got a really
I do like Motown.
Good 1-2 punch. Do you like Motown?
I'm more into Motown than Taylor Swift. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm older.
We won't hold that against
We're
you.
allowed to be.
We're 25 minutes away from race number 1 here at Woodbine. Robert, thank you for stopping by.
It's a pleasure.
Much appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thanks, Jeff.
And we'll let Robert go upstairs to floor number 6. And when we come back, I'll get you all set for race number 1 here coming up next from Woodbine.